It's beer and food o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. This is part 2 in our series of videos looking at Lidl's Festbiers, or their kind of Oktoberfesty type September-October launch they do every year with some German sausage. Now, we did the wheat beer in the first episode, part 1, with some rnbergerBratwu sausages. Now we're back with Alpenfeststyle's nürnberger Rostbratwu rste, 14 nürnberger Bratwürsts. Now these are the ones that I really do like. I really like these. And we've got the grill set up still. We've got our beer ready. So I'm going to get a couple of these straight on the grill. Let me get them open. Two of these straight on with the Festbier. Now the Festbier is 5.5% ABV. It's in a it's in a half a litre can actually. It's a 500 milliliter can, which is pretty good. We'll come back when the sausages have had a little bit of time to cook. We'll drink some of the beer and we'll eat some of the sausage. So it's been about 6 minutes. I have turned the sausages after about 3 minutes, so 3 minutes either side. This should be done. Let's get the beer out. This is the Festbier by Lidl, 5.5% ABV. Now this one was £1.49. You can either buy it on its own for £1.49, or you can buy it with a massive tumbler style litre, maybe a litre and a half jug for a few pound more. Some of you might remember my review of the Festbier where I was on a beach and I had the big jug and the Festbier and I drank it on the beach. I made a video of it years ago, but I thought I'd revisit it. So this is looking like more of a Märzen style beer. Now, I did the 7 of the best Oktoberfest beers only Monday, to be honest with you. It's Friday today. I did that on Monday. And a lot of you commented on that one, saying that although it is drank at Oktoberfest time, Märzen beer is actually brewed in March. Is to celebrate the start of spring in Germany. So this looks like one of those, doesn't it? It definitely looks like one of those darker Märzen style beer. There's loads of carbonation rolling up the side of this glass. I can see now why it was £1.49. This is probably actual German Märzen beer. So the wheat beer would be too, and so would the Radler, but this is actually brewed for March and of course rolled onto Oktoberfest. So I can understand the price. I can understand that £1.49. So we got a 2-finger white, slightly off-white head, loads of carbonation. I mean, I've got a widget in the bottom of this glass. It's not the greatest glass to use really, but there we go. It's an amber colour there. Let's get the aroma. Yeah, and it's got that kind of slightly toasty malt build to it. A little bit spicy, a little bit peppery. Yeah, it's a little bit sweet with a nice kind of, that spicy and pepperiness offers up a chance to know that it's a bitter beer. It's going to be sweet and bitter at the same time. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Tastes good. I'm going to knock this grill off. Sausages are definitely done now. it's an interesting one because it is very drinkable. But I would expect more, especially for the colour of the beer. The colour of that beer is offering, for me, as I did the 7 beers in just a few days ago, and it's fresh in my mind. I remember the Märzen beers that I was drinking at the time, which looked very much like this, had much more of a worty, malty, biscuity taste. This is tasting more like a regular lager that's slightly stronger at 5.5% ABV, with only a small touch of that kind of biscuitiness. I would expect a little bit more, if I'm perfectly honest. I would expect it to be just a little bit more biscuity. It's not a massive criticism. I'm not standing here saying I really dislike the beer. I was just expecting a little bit more. But then again, it's £1.49. That's where you need to balance out in your mind that, okay, it costs £1.49. It is cheaper than some of the other Oktoberfest beers out there. So you're going to have to take a little bit of a cut in quality for that £1.49 price. So if you're looking at it like that, then it's still good value for money. But if you want to try a really good, get the Augustiner Märzen. If you get the Augustiner Märzen beer, that is a proper Märzen beer. This is Augustiner Märzen, but scaled back a little bit. Right, let's get into these nürnberger Rostbratwu sausages then. Let's grab one straight off the grill, snap it in half. If anybody watched part 1 of this mini series I'm doing, then you'll understand that I'm not the greatest fan of the big thick German sausages. But this has got herbs and spices in it. It's thinner. It's not going to be so bouncy, if that makes sense. Oh, superb. That's more like it. I like that. Straight away. Herbs, spices. Oh, lovely burst of fat as you bite into the sausage. This is more... My glasses have fallen off. This is much more along the lines of what I would call a British sausage. A British chipolata. This is more a British chipolata, but with lots of herbs and spices. This is lovely. They were cheaper as well. They were cheaper than the big Rnberger, that's the name of them. I never remember anything in life. I always read a package and 5 minutes later I've forgotten about it. But I read that once, Rnberger, and it stuck in my mind. Very rare for me does anything stick in this thing. But I got that, Rnberger. This is right up my street. We still got some Frenchies mustard to dip it in. Oh, just wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Frenchies mustard, Frenchies American mustard with nürnberger Rostbratwu sausages. Oh. So the price of these was about £2. £2, and you had about 14 sausages. Yeah, 14 of them. Really good value for money. Really, really good value for money. Really lovely, lovely sausages. Wow. Right. While the sausages are fresh in my mind, I'm going to rate the sausages. The sausages for me, they are tremendous, really lovely sausages. With the French cheese mustard, they just go down really, really well. I don't know whether that's because I drunk the wheat beer whilst I was editing that video and whilst these were cooking. And I've come back and I'm like, yeah, I've had half a beer now and the sausages are tasting much better. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think this is more down to the lines of I was always looking forward to these sausages, and I think I mentioned that in part one of this series of videos that I was looking forward to these the most. I think they are tremendous. They're a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 from Lidl Craft Beer. The beer's a tougher one. The beer is a tougher one because, as I mentioned, I've just drunk some Oktoberfest beers recently. The Mazen, the Augustiner Mazen, I think I was drinking. Was it Augustiner? Maybe it wasn't. Hofbrau. It wasn't Augustiner, it was Hofbrau. The Hofbrau München Mazen beer. I remember really liking that. This, I would say, is a scaled back version on the Hofbrau München, not Augustiner. Mazen beer. It's £1.49. It's £1.49's worth rather than a premium Oktoberfest. But do you know what? It's what Lidl's all about, isn't it? Lidl is about offering great value for money. It's about maybe taking a bit of a, what's the word? A bit of a sacrifice, maybe. A little bit of a sacrifice. But it's not a bad sacrifice. This is part 2. I've had a lot of fun cooking sausages and drinking wheat beers and fest beers, and it's been a lot of fun. And to be honest with you, the whole thing, I went up to Lidl's yesterday to buy the 3 beers, the Radler, the wheat beer and the fest beer, and 3 different packs of sausages, and it all come to £11. £11 for a stack load of meat and 3 beers. Look out for the Radler video. I'm going to polish this off and begin that video. That's going to be with some dry aged sausages that I don't need to cook, hence me turning that thing off. The sausage, I'm going to offer it to the dog. Smack him on the back of the head with it. Whoa. The dog's like, it's raining sausages. I'm gonna, right, so the Fest Beer gets a value for money. I think has to play its part. It's an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 from Lidl Craft Beer. The sausages get a 9 out of 10. If I've been babbling on a bit too much. But thanks for watching. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers.